I've loved soccer or football ever since I can remember. As a little boy, instead of watching the NFL or the NBA like the rest of the kids at school, my dad and I would watch the Premier League. 4 years ago, when I went to visit my home country, Serbia, I was able to experience football in Europe for the first time. I went to a big screen viewing of Serbia's World Cup match versus Switzerland in downtown Belgrade. This gave me a completely new perspective of how football brings all types of people together. I believe in the power of sports. The love of football comes from my dad. Every weekend since I was little, we would watch the English Premier League. We sat and discussed the details of the game without blinking. I knew every player's name on my favorite teams, all their stats, and where they came from. I watched as the entire stadium sang and saw the crowds erupt when goals were scored, as the commentators got just as excited as the fans. I fell in love with football because even through the television, I noticed that the passion made it unique from every other sport. I have followed and played the game ever since. In 2018, my sister, my parents, and I went to Serbia for the first time to visit some of our relatives. This also happened to be the year of the World Cup in Russia. I noticed immediately how the game is prioritized there. Every single place we walked past in Belgrade had the games on. We watched them at every restaurant we went to with dozens of other fans. The day Serbia were set to face Switzerland, we decided to go to the big screen viewing of the game in downtown. It was unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life. First time, everybody around me knew as much about the game as I did and was just as excited as I was. I heard people near me in deep conversation about the team selection and formation. When the referee blew his whistle for the kickoff, everybody's eyes were glued to the screen. In just the second minute, Serbia scored and the crowd erupted. Flares were being lit and thrown as everyone was jumping up and down. Strangers were hugging each other and celebrating as if they knew each other. I will never forget it. Football is a way of life. It brings people together and gives them something to believe in. It is a source of joy and an escape from everyday life. It causes people to experience pride for their city or their country. So anybody who says football is just a game has never experienced the true strength of sport. It is so much more than that. I believe in the power